This story is not your usual manifestation story. It's about how I manifested everything I ever wanted, literally line by line. The perks, the salary, the vibe, the timing, everything was just perfect. Until
Until
it turned into something really dark. And today I want to share this story with you because you need to hear this if you're manifesting, job hunting, or just trying to change your life. So grab a cup of tea because trust me, you'll want to stay till the end. Okay, so I'm that girl, scripting, journaling, visualizing, writing tiniest details. You name it, I've tried it all. And to be honest, it's worked for me every single time. From glow ups to gigs to opportunities I never thought I would get. But well, this time was different. About a year and a half ago, I was in this phase where I was really low. I lost my appetite, lost my sleep, self doubt creeping in. I felt like I have no direction, no one to rely on. I was not well and was just.
super depressed.
And how I got from this golden white aura girl to this grayish muddy aura is a whole different story in itself. But well, back to the story. So naturally, when I was so stuck in life, lost, low, just unsure of what I wanted, I turned to the one thing I knew: scripting. I sat down and wrote my dream job, the pay, position, travel, growth, creative freedom, etc., very clearly. And that's where it all began. Just a few days later, I get a call. Hi, you applied for a model role in the XYZ brand a while ago? A role I had applied for months ago and had forgotten about it completely. Back then, when I applied, they needed a model for their oversized hoodies and t shirts. But now he casually asked me if I was okay with lingerie wear. To which I said no, obviously, and kind of casually mentioned that I also freelance as a stylist. And he said he'd let me know if there were any openings for stylist. 2 days later, just 2 days later, another call from the same guy. He had already asked for my portfolio and resume. And this time he asked me a few questions and offered me a stylist position. Everything seemed normal. And guys, I kid you not, he described the job exactly as I had written in my diary. It was like he was reading from my script word by word. The salary, the perks, the position, everything matched until it got very weird. Okay, it was a Saturday night at around 8 or 9 p.m. He called again and said it was like a final round or something and he had some final questions to ask. Very weird, right? But then everything went smooth and he said I'll get my offer letter by Monday. Well, Monday came, nothing. Tuesday, nothing. So I go on LinkedIn and check his profile, and guess what? The profile is gone. But luckily, I got another profile with the same name and I messaged him about the offer letter. He called and apologized and said that his whole team is really busy with the project right now and that I will get my offer letter by the end of the week. And that's when things started getting really fishy. He started talking about luxury stays and business class travel, which felt a little too much. And then casually mentioned needing my documents for some verification before sending in the offer letter. Big red flag, huge. Now I'm starting to feel in my gut that something's really off. So I decided to play stupid and instead of answering his questions, I started asking mine just to kind of dig in a little more. So I got to know about this previous assistant of his, again a young woman, who would travel with him and he would gift him very fancy stuffs and nightwears and lingeries. And I'm like, what the actual. And then brace yourself. He says, before I join, we'll go on a leisure trip to Dubai. Just to relax, just the two of us. My blood ran cold. I immediately knew that this was not a job. This was one of those human trafficking scams. It was a trap.